Hey guys, and welcome to Craving for Baking. So we're going to be making these delicious white chocolate cupcakes, and they're so good. And here are the ingredients you'll need so we can make the cupcakes. Here's a great tip: if you don't have room temperature eggs, just put them in some warm water and they'll come to room temperature in about 5 minutes. So we're going to start by cracking in our eggs into a large bowl, and this is like a really easy recipe and it tastes so good when it's done. So make sure you have good quality ingredients as well. So we're going to crack our eggs into the bowl, and then we're just going to whisk them up until they become very light and frothy. And I don't recommend you to do this by hand, so if you have like an electric mixer like this, then it will be easier. But if you don't and you're just gonna do it by hand, it'll take a little bit longer than it will doing it in an electric hand mixer. So we're just going to mix it until it's light and fluffy, and then we're going to slowly add in our sugar, and this is going to become very pale light, and it's going to about double in volume. And you just want to slowly add in your sugar until all your sugar is finished and your mixture looks really light, creamy and fluffy. Now we're going to add in our vanilla extract, and you don't really need a whole lot since the focus on these cupcakes are of the white chocolate in them, but the vanilla extract just helps give the flavour of the chocolate an extra oomph. So just going to mix the vanilla extract into the egg and sugar mixture until it's mixed in and fully combined. Now into another bowl, I'm going to add in our butter and our milk, and we are just going to put this into the microwave for about 1 minute, and that took 1 minute in my microwave, but each microwave is a bit different, and you just want to put it in the microwave until it's completely melted. While that's in the microwave, we are going to start on our flour mixture, and we're just going to add in our baking soda just to make the cupcakes rise a bit more, and also the salt. And then we're just going to mix that together until it's all combined, and then we can set that bowl aside. Now by the time you've been doing that, your mixture should be done. So we're just going to mix that until the butter is all mixed in and you can see no large lumps of butter. And the milk and the butter might not mix together since they don't really mix, but if you keep mixing then it will be just fine. And now we're going to add in our cubes of butter. I didn't add a whole lot of butter in since I was going to be making this whipped white chocolate frosting, which is tastes like lots of chocolate is added. So I didn't add a lot of chocolate into these cupcakes, but by all means, if you want lots of the chocolate flavor, then add more chocolate than I did here. So you're going to mix that until it's fully combined, and now we want to leave that mixture to cool because it's been a bit hot. Now I'm using these nice pretty little cupcake liners, and you just want to put them into your cupcake tin, and this really didn't make a lot, it made about 10, but of course if you want to make more then just double the recipe or triple it or do whatever you want with it, and you could even make less if you want, but this seemed like enough for the family. Now once you've done everything, then play a game or something, because you want to make time go by pretty quick since it can be boring waiting. And Have you played Flappy Bird before? That's the highest I can get. So by now your mixture should be cool now, and you're just going to add you're just going to mix your egg mixture just to make sure that the air that was lost while it was sitting by the side, you just want to make sure that you incorporate that air back in. This is what makes a really light and fluffy cake or cupcake. Now we're going to sift in little portions of our flour, and what we're going to be doing now is alternating the flour and milk. And we just want to sift in our flour because we want to make sure that it's a light and airy cupcake that we have and not very dense. You want to make sure everything is light and fluffy. So once you've added in your flour, and make sure you get everything out of the sifter, then you want to mix that until you can see no more flour or very little. But be careful not to over mix because you don't want a tough cupcake, because what we're going for here is a very light cupcake. And then you want to add in like a third of your milk, butter and chocolate mixture, and you want to give that a mix and keep doing that until you finished all of your milk and flour. And you want to finish with the flour, not with the liquids. Then just give that a fold to make sure everything is nicely combined. So if there was some flour at the bottom, you get that in. Make sure to fold it so you don't deflate any of the air that's inside the cupcake batter. So this is what it should look like, very light, pale and yummy. So now we're going to put it into our cupcake cases, and I'm using my nice ice cream scoop here, and it just makes more uniform sized cupcakes. You just want to scoop that into your cupcake tins, and then you don't bang it on the table or anything. You want to make sure that the air is still inside there, because that's what makes a really light and fluffy cupcake. So you just want to fill all of them cases until they're about 3/4 of the way full. You don't want to fill them because they'll overflow, but if you like your cupcakes overflowed, then do that if you want. So now you're just going to pop this into the oven for 16 to 24 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with very moist crumbs on them. So this is what they look like while they're in the oven rising, and they do rise a lot, so maybe if you want to fill them a little bit less, then they'll come a little bit over the cupcake liners, but a bigger cupcake is a better cupcake, right? So while this was baking, I made some whipped chocolate frosting, and it was so yummy, so I'll link that for the next video. So they rise a lot, but don't be alarmed because that's how it's supposed to be. And leave them to cool completely if you're going to add the frosting, but if you're not, then just dig in right away. What are you doing? So this is what they look like. They were really moist, fluffy and hot, but you can wait for them to cool if you don't like eating them hot. But they were very delicious, and I hope you try this recipe because it was really good, really simple and really easy. Make sure that you try the whipped chocolate frosting, which will be in a later video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. These were delicious. So don't forget to click the link in the description box for my previous video, or click the link on the screen. Bye!